Insiders drop a surprising Bulls update on Josh Giddey and his contract negotiations with the Chicago Bulls, and we're going to get into what they are. Hi, I am Shaq Barnes here. Another great episode of Bulls Digest, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. 67% of you guys have been watching the channel and have not subscribed. Treat it like the Bulls intro. Run right through that subscribe button. You know what I do when I do my videos? I don't like wasting you guys' time. Let's get right into the news. Josh Giddey contract asking price revealed by Chicago Bulls reporter. Obviously, during this time, we've been hearing the number that we assuming that he want, or who compared like contract that he's compared himself to, like the Jalen Suggs. So this is official now that this is the number that Josh Giddey is looking for. The bulk of NBA free agency has largely already been decided, but Josh Giddey and the Chicago Bulls are still trying to reach contract resolution ahead of the new season. Giddey is a restricted free agent, but anyone and everyone who had cap space has already spent their money, meaning the odds of him signing a large contract elsewhere is literally slim to none. Of course, the Bulls have option to match any contract offer Giddey receives, but the real issue here may have to do more with the 22-year-old Australian native asking price. According to the Chicago Sun-Times Bulls insider Joe Crowley, Giddey and his agent are reportedly seeking a contract worth roughly $30 million in an average annual value. That's a stark increase over the $8.3 million cap hit had during the 2024-2025 season with the Chicago Bulls. So it has been speculation over the number that it was around 30, but this source insider said no, this is official now. This is the number that he's been asking for. And with me seeing this now, and the Bulls have not signed up to a contract, this telling me that Josh Giddey is not trying to move off that number. Like he is looking like he's not trying to take anything less than $30 million. Because remember last video I told you guys, maybe the Bulls should get the number they want around the 24-ish million and just add incentives. Add some incentives in there where he could possibly reach to 30 million. You know, but is it looking like as contract negotiations stall? I see from both sides, it doesn't seem like Josh Giddey is like not going to accept anything less than that $30 million. So, Joe, this is the actual statement from Joe Crowley of the Chicago Bulls, Josh Giddey. Because of the penalties in the first and second salary cap threshold now smacking teams in the face, players have been unable to involve teams in a bidding war. That's where Josh Giddey situation stood Saturday. The Chicago Sun-Times reported last week that Giddy Cap still was hoping for a contract around, I think, aching to the $30 million per year guard Jalen Suggs got from the Magic. But the Bulls haven't gone there. The dialogue between the sides have remained good, but there's still no resolution from Joe Crowder. But if the dialect has been good, but it's been no resolution, what's the holdup there? It's like I keep seeing numbers coming out from Josh Giddey's side, but we're not hearing what the Chicago Bulls are offering, or what is they giving him in return. Saying, hey, I want $30 million a year. Are the Bulls saying, nah, we want to give you 22, or they 25? Like how much of a low ball is this number? And that's what making me think about it. Like where could the Bulls be at on their number? That there's no contract has been going on, but they said the dialogue has been good, so the number can't be that low. If there is a number, but I haven't seen anything yet that said from the Chicago Bulls side. We keep seeing this $30 million from Josh Giddey, but Giddey arrived in Chicago via trade last season, and he enjoyed a strong debut season with the Bulls. Giddey shot a career-high 37% from three distance, while also averaging a career-high 8.3 rebounds, 7.2 assists per game. Still just 22 years old. If Giddey continues to grow his game offensively, especially as a scorer, he may very well be worth the $30 million per season, if not more. But the Bulls apparently don't think so quite yet. I mean, when they say the Bulls don't think so quite yet, the problem is this, and you got to understand this. It's two things. It's business of basketball is in play here more than anything, because if I know can't nobody else offer you nothing, and I can match any contract, of course you're gonna get the Bulls got the upper hand in this situation. Now, reality of the fact is, Josh Giddey is 22. Yes, he shows potential. You know, it was a point of the season where he was almost averaging a 20-point triple double. The problem is he only did it for half a season, if half a season, if you want to count like how break apart of the All-Star game is with the games. But he only did it for half a season. So it's like, can you really throw all this money at a player for half a season to work, and you hope that he continue to do that, which I think he still can. He's 22, he got time. But the Bulls have been burnt by bad contracts and overpaying players that wasn't really show worth, like Patrick Williams. Sorry, it was a shout out Patrick Williams, but he's just a poster child for this. And I also think the Patrick Williams situation is the reason why this Josh Giddey situation has to get resolved. He had the Zach Lavine contract and everything too. So it's a tough call, but it's just more about the business of basketball when it comes for the Chicago Bulls, and they got to handle it this way. Now, is Josh Giddey worth $30 million a year? Possibly. He shows the potential to be that. But if the Bulls really believe in him, I think this they're gonna have to get this contract situation done. Or do you want to take a risk? Because I think this is where we're gonna be headed. If Josh Giddey contract doesn't get signed, he's gonna just take that 1 year, and then when he take this 1 year offer, he's gonna go into next season as an unrestricted free agent. And the Bulls going to have no leverage, no power to match at all. So it'll be in the best interest for the Chicago Bulls to get this done. But I think the easiest way out to make both sides happy, if the Chicago Bulls get Giddy to the number that they want, 24, 25-ish million a year, and just add incentives and try to get them close to that number with the incentives in the contract if you don't want to give them 30. But you got to resolve this quickly because you don't want to leave it up to chance, and then Josh Giddey could be gone. Thank you guys for watching. It's been another great episode of Bulls Digest with Shaq Barnes. Comment down below. Is Josh Giddey worth $30 million? We're going to keep it simple today. Is Josh Giddey worth $30 million? Would you get this contract done with Josh Giddey? Peace. See you guys later.